Good tidings, a beautiful Valentine Day here in Nigeria, and of course, being celebrated across the globe. I'd like to welcome every one of you to this special and great day, and I want to believe that you are giving love and you're getting love, right? I saw somebody somewhere said that if you're single, you're wicked. I don't know how true that is, but it was so funny, to see. I'd like to thank everyone who was part of our meeting. 19th of February marked our campus advocacy lead launch, and it was awesome. It was great. I mean, we had a great session, we had a great interaction, amazing speakers who did tremendously well. A very big thanks to Dr. Joseph Akman, a medical doctor, Mr. Ebenezer Wikina, a development expert, and of course, Imelda Iyamodo, a diaspora leader in Poland who took out time to actually elucidate on the subject matter. It was quite insightful, very interesting, and awesome. I would like to thank everyone who was part of that. And also, I like to sincerely apologize to the community. We're actually supposed to stream on YouTube yesterday, but it was quite you know I don't know what word to use there, but we had some technical, glitches and some requirements from YouTube, and somehow it took more time for the validation, and we couldn't stream on YouTube as we had planned. So we'd like to apologize and we say sorry, a very big sorry to everyone. I learned some people came up to join, but of course they kept waiting without getting to, see the call on YouTube. But of course, however, we're able to do that on Zoom, and it was seamless. We thank everyone who were part of that. So just briefly, just to recap, and of course, we are going to be sharing the recorded version subsequently, so we also learn from it. But we had Doctor take us through the whole cervical cancer thing, from prevention to treatment, risk factors, and the likes. Talked about vaccination, talked about screening, and of course, some treatment options. And we had Mr. Ebenezer Wikina coming to talk to us on scaling our activism, taking it from this point we are in to the next level, making the movement to outlive a generation, raising more leaders, raising more, you know, uh, uh, advocates who are actually taking the word out there. Of course, that's what we are doing here at Help the Woman Campaign. And campus advocacy lead is raising leaders, to actually take the word out there and reach out to more persons. And then we had Imelda came on board to talk about systems. What systems are we putting in place, to ensure that people are followed up properly, to ensure that someone who came for screening is able to not just get screened, but of course follow up with treatment, a sustainable plan. She also encouraged that we go beyond awareness, that for many times people, are just about events. People are just excited, the euphoria of the event, and afterwards, nothing goes forth. And of course, she encouraged that structures be put in place to ensure that after awareness, we're able to implement, execute, and have systems that are able to help sustain, the impact. And of course, we're doing that at Help the Woman campaign, and we're excited about what's happening here, and we encourage everyone to be part of Help the Woman campaign at Tibulos Foundation. It's been awesome. It's been challenging. Of course, there's no glory without a story. And what really yesterday was Imelda's story. She actually shared, a live example of someone who she knows, who actually, I mean, came to Poland. She traveled all the way from Nigeria to Poland to actually, you know, get a master's degree. She went for school, but eventually died from cervical cancer. As at the time she was diagnosed, she was already having a stage 3 cervical cancer, and eventually she died. She passed on. I mean, this is preventable. This is something that could have actually been, avoided. Worst case scenario, if discovered early, it would have been treated, but then somebody died from it, right? So this is something we're trying to tackle. Take for example, in my own case, I watched my mom battle cervical cancer. I watch her go through the pains of cervical cancer. I mean, so I'm not just talking from the point of research or from the point of a story someone shared. I saw it firsthand. I saw her go through pains. The many nights she'll be welling, the many nights I'll wake up to see her on the floor. Just imagine that, you slept on the bed, your mom slept on the bed, but in between, she was on the floor scrubbing her tummy, welling. It's painful. I lack the word to describe that scenario. Okay, so seeing all that for nights, not just for one day, and then knowing that this would have been prevented if caught earlier, right? So that really boosted and gave me that passion, gave me that, courage. Or do I even call it courage? Because it's a monster. So for me, I wanted to deal with what took my mom away. So this is me fighting that monster. This is me dealing with that monster and ensuring that we kick it out of our communities, of our nations, and then we give the women the opportunity to lead a healthy and a cervical cancer free life. So it's been awesome. It's been amazing. Of course, without challenges or not without challenges. We have to, do a whole lot of things from funding, from you know uh, trying to get the women to understand what you're talking, cultural barriers. I mean, a whole lot, so many misconceptions. But of course, we still keep at it. We keep pushing and trying our best to ensure we reach out. Somebody asked a question yesterday: how are you able to reach women who practically resist your message? How are you able to do that? For us here, we've seen that countless times. I mean, you go to communities where they do not know or they've not learned about cervical cancer, and they come with different attacks, some verbal, some physical, some as far as stopping you from doing that because of a lack of awareness. So, what do we do? Let me just share that here so that if there's anybody out there also wants to do this, because we actually are fighting a monster. And I think if we have anything working for us, we could also share, and others can also gain useful insights. So what we do is we try to find out what resonates with them. Sometimes when you go to certain areas like that, you don't want to speak a language that they do not understand. So first step, connect with them through their dialect, connect with them through the format that they're able to relate. Go there, we are not speaking we are not speaking jargons or big words or languages where these people can't understand or finding it hard to relate with. So we get a community a leader, someone from the community, educate them, ensure that they understand what we're doing. And thank God for where we are. For us on our team, we have almost all the tribes. So already we have somebody who can speak and connect with them. We start from there. And then, secondly, we go as far as giving the welfare materials. Give the welfare materials. Somebody said the other time, why should you pay someone to receive life? Because what we are doing, we are like giving them back their lives. Why do you have to pay them to do that? I mean, we can do anything, just to get anything legitimate, just to get these women to understand this, because it is lack of understanding that gets them to the point where they can resist what will actually help them. So whatever legitimately you can do, to help them to understand, do that. So we also we incorporate welfare, outreach, where we get them, food items, we get them things because for the most part, women will always go for money over health. Women will always choose prioritize, or let me not generalize. Most women or some women in those remote areas will always, you know, prioritize money over health. We've seen that countless times. So the moment you are just about what you're doing, preaching the message of cervical cancer elimination, they will not take you seriously. So, but by the time you're able to relate with them, okay, we are going to share this, we are giving this, and they come out, you can now make it a yardstick that for you to actually get this, you have to learn about this. All right, so we do that. Of course, so far we've been able to reach out to over 40,000 women. We're still doing this, and as we've launched Campus Advocacy Lead, we intend to take it to, we want to scale it this year and beyond. We're scaling it, and we're also coming up with a health tech product, to fill the gaps. There are gaps, there are gaps, there are gaps, and we want to fill those gaps. And we encourage everyone joining in, everyone following, to support us in every way you can. Support us via, as a partner, as a sponsor, as a collaborator, as a volunteer. I mean, we need all forms of support. So whatever support you can give to us, we encourage you to do that. Okay, so just last year, we expended over $10,000, just to reach out to these women, just to ensure that they get screened. And most times we try to make the screening free for them. I attended a World Health conference at the time, and they really emphasize on not just providing awareness and free platforms for screening, also ensure that you do your best to have platforms for follow-up, for treatment. Because let's say someone came and was positive, do you just leave the person to go? I'll leave that for us to answer. But that's the puzzle we are trying to solve currently, and we can do that without your support. We can do that all by ourselves. We encourage everyone to hop on, be a part of what we're doing, and we're excited, to collaborate and work with you. Once again, I'd like to say a very big thank you. I've seen we've had over 15, people joining this call. Thank you so much for being part of the call. I can see some comments. Thank you so much for being part of the call. And please do well, to follow us on all our social media handles. We're on Facebook at Help the Woman Campaign. You can see more of what we're doing. You can also go to our website, helpthewoman.org. Follow us on Instagram at Help the Woman Campaign. And of course, on LinkedIn at Help the Woman Campaign. And on X, HTWC_NG. You get to follow and see what we're doing. We're excited about the support, and we're looking forward to hearing from you. Always remember that every woman deserves the best, and we are intentional, we are passionate about ensuring that we give every woman the opportunity to lead a healthy and a cervical cancer free life. Women must not just survive, they must thrive. Join us and let's get this movement on. Thank you. All right, so very last one, just before I draw the curtain. Please, if you have any question, feel free to drop, and of course, we'll attend to it ASAP. We'll attend to it ASAP. Thank you, and do have a beautiful Valentine Day. Today is a good day to share love, show love, and of course, we are a great platform where we are reaching out to thousands of women. And if you want to share or show any one of them love, reach out to us and we'll be excited to do justice to that. Thank you and take care.